Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but I've decided that I'm going to talk about a few ways that the SSR ticket can currently be improved. Currently, if you've been playing this game for a while and you know about the SSR ticket, let's say you've been playing since the release of Purgatory Barn, you probably know that this banner has not been updated much, if not at all. If you go down to the bottom, you see the last 4 recent characters, either say 5. They're very old now, Tarmiel and Sariel being a year old, and these 3 here coming up to 2 years this year, which is kind of insane. Bear in mind, these are the last 5 characters that were added. And I think that's been a quite big problem. They've just sort of forgotten about the SSR ticket banner, and then now they've just left it. So I've decided that I'm going to make a concept video of something that I think they should do to try and make this banner, A, more worth it, and B, so it actually gets updated, because this banner gets updated never. They've still haven't added Cusack to it or Chandler, and it's going to be nearly a year since their release, so it's getting kind of absurd at this point. But anyway, let's get into it. So I've actually written stuff down for it, so I actually remember what I'm going to say. But this banner will replace this current banner that we have. Tickets will still be the same, so of course you've got tickets saved up, you can just spend them on the new one. Of course, it will not include Fest, collabs, or any seasonal characters, but will now include Ragnarok, Catastrophes, and all non-seasonal SSRs. So what this means is that recently, with the introduction of the Catastrophe story, we got a Roxy, right? And all of their story characters, I call them story characters, but original story characters, that being the new Roxy and all of the Ragnarok, of course, we have had all the Ragnarok characters in the Ragnarok story, have been obtainable in a manner. This new Roxy, she has a unity or a bond, whatever you want to call it, and she is not obtainable anywhere apart from on. Maybe I think AOT is going to have her on it, right? Which is good, and it should, but it's not enough, especially for a character with a unity that requires multiple dupes. For example, Tyr also has the same problem, but Tyr is obtainable in the SR tickets. But I still do believe that these characters should be a lot more obtainable. As currently, you know, let's look at the rates. He'll be in this one. 0.13. And before you say, oh well, if the problem them adding new characters to SR ticket, oh, it's a lot of work. Every time there's a new Ragnarok character that is not a seasonal, they get added onto here without a problem. So I don't understand why they can't just do it with SSR tickets. But maybe instead of making it straight away, they make it 3 months or 6 months away to sort of make it so then people who did something like that manner can actually get the character. But then, of course, people can summon SSR tickets to get them as well. So that's the main reason for Rag and Catastrophe, mainly also because Rag characters, there's a lot of characters that gatekeep content. Jormungandr is a very big one, and Red Tonite is not. I know Red Tonite was free, but Jormungandr has currently never been free in the game as of making this video, and as of the release of the AOT update. So all I'm saying is that people are still struggling to do Deer because they just don't have Jormungandr, and there is a possibility that if you did not summon on her banner, on her guarantee banner, there's a chance you never pull her, because that's just how probability works. There's a probability that you never pull her in an infinite amount of time. I know that possibility is infinitely low, but it's infinitely possible as well. Of course, there won't be seasonals, festivals, collabs, so on and so forth, because that's just how it is, and I do understand that seasonals should not be added to these banners, but I do believe that all original characters, being Catastrophes and Ragnarok, should be added to SSR tickets to sort of make the pool larger and make it more worth it, because currently I have probably 99% of these characters all 6/6. I have the majority of all of these characters you see right here 6/6. So this banner has no use to me other than getting SA coins. And for a new player, yes, this banner has a lot of potential. But when you get later on down the line to people like me, we just see these banners as nothing more than just a way to get SA coins. Because that's all it is. You know, you don't get anything good out of it. You know, after you get these characters 6/6, it's not like another level up system, which they, of course, they won't add another level up system after SA6. Sorry, after 6/6, because, well, the community will be outraged, and then the Grand Cross developers wouldn't do that because they know that it will completely ruin the game. But I do think more characters need to be added to make it just more. Better for people who have been playing the game for a while. Even after a year, you've probably got a lot of these characters, either you've got them or they're high dupes, so you're like, you know, it's not worth me summoning. There is no value in the banner. But if they were to add Ragnarok and Catastrophes to it, you then, you know, You've got Sigurd, you've got Freya, you've got Freya, you've got Tyr. You know, if they add all of these characters, the new Roxy, the old characters like old Valenti, Valenti Mark II, the old Blue Lilia, the red Big Snake Lilia, you know, adding all of these characters up means everyone is able to obtain them, especially the catastrophes, as the catastrophes are barely on any banners at all, and mainly when they're on there, they're just the random seasonal ones here and there. You don't see the old ones. You don't see Green Valenti very often. You don't see. I know she's been. You could have picked her in a banner recently, but you don't see them in banners very often. Like I've got her 1/6. I've been playing the game for a very long time. Over 3 years I've been playing this game, and I've already got her 1/6, and it was from a guarantee where I could pick her. That was it. Never pulled her ever since. It's absurd. Also, this new SSR system would have a pity, which would be after every 20 SSR you go through, so every 20 SSR tickets, you get to pick one SSR of your choice to ensure you get a character you want. I know this will enable people who have lots of SSR tickets to be able to pick a character they want, but I do believe that is a fair way to do it, because after 20 SSRs, and you're not getting one character, and you're pulling, you know, Bellion about 50 times, you're probably going to wish there was a pity system, and I do think a pity system is definitely in order to ensure that you're able to get some of these characters that you may need for gate-kept content. Once again, Demonic Beast is a big problem with that. And of course, the one I mentioned earlier, characters will be added between 3 and 6 months after their featured banner release. The reason I say 3 to 6 months after their featured banner, the keyword is featured banner, because characters like Blue Greenmore and the new Green Arthur have only been released, I don't know, one copy at a time during events, so they have not had a feature banner, so they would not be added to the draw. But characters like, I'm going to say again, like Jormungandr, she's been out for like 2 years now. Boom, she's on the banner. You got Roxy, boom, she's now on the banner as well. And I do think this is probably a better way of handling the sheer amount of characters they add and the sheer amount of characters that are needed for specific content, especially Demonic Beasts, because Demonic Beasts normally don't require just one character. Most of the time they require you to have a range of specific characters, some being festival and some being a whole team of non-festivals, because that's just how it works. For example, Nidhogg is a team where you can run Mael, or you don't need to run Mael, but you still need to run Freya. You still need to run Green Liz. You still need to run Red Tom, and guess what? Red Tom and Liz are both on this banner. Freya isn't, and the only way you can get her is from these tickets. Yeah, like it's a 6% drop rate, but look at all this other crap on the banner. You know, most likely you're going to be pulling a Deldry. Let's be realistic. You're most likely going to be pulling Deldry, maybe Green Droll, you know. You're not going to be pulling anything good. That's the reason why I just think that putting them in here would probably be the better way to do it, because this hasn't been updated in ages. I think last time this was updated was probably close to a year ago, maybe over a year ago at this point, when Red Tarmiel and Green Soil were added to it. And still then, you know, there's been no sign that they were added. People are, oh yeah, I'm not going to summon on Cusack, I'm not going to summon on Chandler, because they'll be put into the SSR ticket at some point. It's nearly a year. It's not been added. It's absurd. I don't understand why. And of course, my reasons for this banner replacing the old one is so that means they don't just do a part 2 ticket, or something along the lines of what we used to have, because we used to have a part 1 and a part 2 ticket. Part 2 ticket used to have like the old, like the newer, like you had like the commandments in it, and part 1 had like all the crappy counter melee, green Giant Diane, blue Giant Diane, green Tank Diane, all of them. So I think that them making another one would be unfortunate. But I wouldn't mind if they just went, okay, so they've seen people's complaints like, okay, we should make these characters more accessible, and they make like an SSR Ragnarok ticket draw and a Catastrophe ticket draw, and make it so, you know, we can go to the shop, we can trade in our normal SSR tickets for a specific one, even if it requires 2 or 3 SSR tickets to get a guarantee of trying to even just have a chance, a higher chance to get some of these characters that are required for content. And that's really where I'm coming at, is that for newer players, when they see the game and they see this content and they think, okay, well, how am I able to do that content? Well, I need that character. Well, I can't get that character, so what's the point of me doing it? Oh, well, I've got to get really lucky on this banner just to get this character, or I have to summon on this banner with the character's completely horrible just to have a chance to get this character that I need to beat this content so I can progress my account. And I don't think that's how it should be. I think it should be, well, yes, you could get really lucky on that banner, but if you summon on this banner 20 times and you hit the P, you can pick the character you want. So you're able to complete the content. It also helps with characters collecting dupes as well. For example, me. I need dupes for so many Ragnarok characters because I never pull them. Like Sigurd, I've got 1/6, maybe even 2/6 if I'm lucky. But it's like, if you don't have the luck, you're not going to pull the characters. And sometimes, you know, people don't end up being that lucky. Some people are very lucky, but majority of people aren't that lucky. So a pity system is required. And that's really it. I just wanted to get my concept out there. I do think they should also maybe update the pity on festivals and 600 banners and like all those sort of banners to sort of make it more enticing to summon. Yes, the 300 the 300 and the 600, it's cool. You get guaranteed SSR, but the value of SSRs are heavily. They're much lower now than what they used to be. Getting an SSR used to be insane back in the day. Now you like, oh, I got an SSR. Oh, it's green Escanor, cool. Next summon, because you're trying to get a different character. So try and make it so like, oh no, 450, you could pick an old festival and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's a whole different video for a whole another day, because I have no idea what I would do for that kind of stuff. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.